Good morning. Welcome into Wake Up America. I'm Rob Finnerty. So President Biden announced a $100 million aid package, a humanitarian package to Gaza and the West Bank yesterday, promising that that package will not go to Hamas, as previous packages have repeatedly. The president plans to lay out his plans for a massive $100 billion Ukraine-Israeli aid package tonight when he addresses the nation at 8 p.m. For more, I want to welcome in Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, it is so nice to see you. Yesterday, you put out a statement saying that U.S. aid has repeatedly ended up in the hands of terrorists. The president did not lay out any specifics about why this aid package is going to be any different. So do you think this package ultimately ends up in Hamas's hands yet again?
We would be very concerned that this would end up in Hamas's hands. We know that even in the last week, as medical supplies, food, fuel has gone into Gaza, that it has been intersected by Hamas, and they are using it for the troops. It is not making it to people who are in need of humanitarian aid. We also know that with the UN Readiness and Work Agency, Relief and Work Agency at the UN. This is for Palestinian refugees. It's an agency that's been there for about 70 years. Trump cut all the funding to the agency. Biden put it back full steam ahead, has put $730 million into that agency. They hire Hamas-affiliated people who steal the money and then use the facilities in Gaza to store weapons and ammo. So we know what Hamas does, and we are very concerned that the president would consider U.S. taxpayer dollars going into this type of relief.
Yeah, you're basically saying that the president just gave Hamas $100 million for killing 1,400 Israelis 13 days ago. He didn't say much about the terror or the hostages yesterday. He didn't say much about the terrorists. He certainly didn't call out the terrorists as radical Islam directly yesterday. I'm wondering what you made of the president's trip. Not only did he never mention that, but he also never mentioned Iran directly. So I'm wondering what he accomplished while he was there.
Yeah, and you know, Rob, I would have thought he would have mentioned the Americans that have lost their lives. I thought he would have mentioned concern for the Americans who are being held hostage. I thought he would have mentioned concern for the Israelis that have died, have lost their lives. We've got thousands of people injured. We don't know how many Americans are in those numbers. We don't know how many of our allies have individuals that are being taken hostage. And, you know, when you look at it, what we know is that these terrorist groups, these adverse groups, you can't negotiate with them, but they do understand strength. And they know when they are dealing with somebody that's weak. That's when you see them push forward.
Yeah.
So it would be helpful for President Biden to take an action, freeze the $6 billion to Iran, put the sanctions back in place, disallow their ability to produce oil. They're making $1 billion a week producing oil. Let's cut that revenue stream off, because when you give Iran $1, it's going to go into building nuclear weapons, enriching uranium, or sponsoring terrorism.
Senator, I want to play you a soundbite. This is Rashida Tlaib, Congresswoman, making a speech late yesterday morning blaming Israel for the hospital blast on Tuesday. U.S. intelligence, Israeli intelligence, Joe Biden himself confirmed that this rocket came from Gaza. They killed their own people. Take a listen.
Just continue to watch people think it's okay to bomb a hospital with children. You know what's so hard sometimes is watching those videos and the people telling the kids don't cry. And like, let them cry. And they're shaking, and somebody, you know this, they keep telling them not to cry in Arabic.
Earlier this morning, I called on the Congresswoman to resign. I just can't believe how deplorable those comments are, and it could end up costing lives. What was your reaction when you heard that?
To hear that and to know that they have not condemned Hamas attacks on Israel, to know that they've left up these tweets that are blaming Israel for hitting that hospital, knowing that Israel did not do that.
Yeah, all
know
based on a
that
lie.
this is the result of militants, and to continue to push that, she should be censured by the House.
At the very least. Senator, great having you on this morning. We appreciate you
too.
being with us. We'll pick up this conversation soon. Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn with us. Another hour of Wake Up America starts right now.